Good morning, everyone. Please join me in a big round of applause for the 7 o'clock jazz band, Thomas Stanley. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of Grandview Heights Board of Education, I'd like to welcome everyone to our comprehensively renovated Grandview Heights High School. I hope that you all are as excited as I am for today, and excited to tour and celebrate this newly renovated space. For those of you that may not know, my name is Andy Culp, and I have the distinct privilege and honor to serve as superintendent of Grandview Heights Schools for remarkably the past 9 years. This comprehensively renovated, state-of-the-art facility is a tangible outcome of countless meetings, tireless work, and incredible effort by so many people. Many of these people who are here today. I want to thank everyone who, for the last 7 years, has been involved in the process that has led to today, the formal and official opening of Grandview Heights High School. You have helped make this dream a reality for our community, our staff, and most importantly, our students for generations to come. It has been music to my soul to see the students' reactions to our new Larson Middle School this past year, and it is with much excitement that we will be welcoming our high school students to this renovated high school on Monday. And it will be the students who will bring to life this building, a building where we will continue honoring tradition and building excellence. At this time, I'm going to ask our board president, Mr. Eric Bodie, to come to the podium.
Thank you. Welcome. Good to see everyone here today. My name is Eric Bodie. I'm board president. I'd like to introduce my colleagues on the school board who are also here today. We have Emily Gephardt, who's the vice president, Katie Matney, Kevin Gousset, and Molly Wasserman. I'd also like to recognize a couple people in the audience who have been past board members and who are very instrumental in this project. At least wave your hand and say hi to Jesse Truitt and Melissa Palmachano and Stephanie Evans. And I'd also like to recognize other board members who I believe are not here today, past board members, Debbie Brannon, Adam Miller, and Grant Douglas. So there's a lot of people that contributed to how we got here today, and we will rightly honor a lot of them, but I did want to take just a minute to honor the building itself, which is really what we're here to recognize. And just very quickly, my favorite 3 things about the new building, or the newly renovated high school, and as well as the middle school, I think it applies to both of them. One is the science rooms, which are just so vastly improved and are just going to improve education for our students for generations to come. The second thing is the restrooms. Nothing says respect for the students and the staff than having good quality restrooms, and I'm really appreciative of that. And the third is the collaboration spaces. So when you go around and you look and see the nooks and the extended hallways and the soft seating and the tables, I've seen middle schoolers when I've come in and they're gathered around the table and they're collaborating, and to me nothing says education and learning than just seeing that. So those are my 3 favorite. I hope that all of you had the chance to walk around and maybe get your own list. So thank you, and I'm turning it back over to Andy.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you for your leadership and service. It's greatly appreciated. And thank you to all past and present board members whose tireless efforts, work ethic, vision, leadership, and collaborative skills are, quite frankly, one of the core reasons that we're standing here today or sitting here today in this renovated auditorium. On behalf of the Grandview Heights School District and all of our community, we do have a small token of appreciation to present to each past and present board member. So at this time, it is a brick. It is the same brick that is out in the front pavers, and on the brick there is a really awesome dedication. And so with that, at this time, I would like to pass these out. First and foremost, Board President Eric Bodie. Vice President Emily Gebhardt. Board Member Molly Wasmuth. Board Member Kevin Gousset. Board Member Katie Matney. I also have a brick for present today, Jesse Truitt. So Angie and Rob, if you'd please give Jesse his. Melissa Palmachano. Past board member Stephanie Evans.
Step aside for a second. And you might be a little surprised by this, but truly, at the center of all this has happened from vision to execution to successful completion over really about 8 years. Two people have been at the central part of making this happen. Appreciate your leadership, your courage, your vision. On behalf of the school board members, I'd like to also present bricks to Andy Culp, Superintendent. And Treasurer Beth Howard.
We also have bricks for past board members Grant Douglas, Adam Miller, and Debbie Brannon, who unfortunately weren't able to be here. I will say in particular, Debbie Brannon really wished that she could be here and sent me multiple texts, emails. And thank you for that. Thank you for including me in the brick. I really appreciate it. That means a lot to me. So at this time, I'd like to thank a list of important groups of people and individuals without whose support, feedback, insight, hard work, problem-solving abilities, leadership, and volunteerism, I would not be standing here today before you at this ribbon-cutting ceremony. I would ask that as I say your individual name, that you please do stand or wave to be recognized. Also, please know that there are likely others that I unfortunately am not going to list that deserve thanks as well, and my omission of any one person is certainly not a reflection of ingratitude, but rather simply a mistake on my part. But each and every effort is so greatly appreciated. Well, the first thing I'd like to do is, I believe that present today are some past superintendents of Grandview Heights schools whose shoulders I stand on. So if you are here today, would you mind standing up and just giving a quick wave? I think that's either Ken Knappy or Paul Kulik. I can't tell. Both! Excellent. Thank you so much for being here, and so great to see you guys. So I've been so fortunate and blessed just serendipitously in that Beth Collier, our amazing CFO and treasurer, and I were hired about probably 15 days apart. And she has been just inseparable from the journey that we've been on and all facets of leadership associated with the district. And I just want to thank Beth for her partnership, her friendship, and her leadership. I want to thank the committee chairs that in 2018 helped us and our community successfully pass this levy, this important levy that culminated in, again, where we're standing in this renovated space. And Those people are Mike Curtin, Katie Matney, and Greg Moody. If you'd please stand and be recognized. So anecdotally, I'll tell a quick story. I've become, quite candidly, good friends with Mike Curtin, and Mike really wanted to be here today, and he was all excited, and we had talked multiple times, and he called me about 2 weeks ago. He said, "Andy, I'm just not going to be able to make it. The governor of Ohio has invited me to lunch at 11. He said, "Don't tell anyone, but I'd rather be in Grandview." Oops. Please stand if you participated in the Facility Task Force or Financial Advisory Committee as part of this journey. Please stand and just wave, because your efforts were so inseparable from where we are today. If you're a teacher or a member of the union or non-union, non-teaching staff, please stand, because your efforts and commitment to making this happen were inseparable from our being here today. Thank you. I want our city leaders who were and remain tremendous partners with Grandview Heights Schools and Board of Education. That's Greta Kearns, Matt Cincione, and past mayors Ray DeGraw and Kent Studebaker. I want to thank our principals, current and past, Sean Hinkle, Sam Belt, Matt Wine, for their tireless work and help in this major transition. And past principal Rob Brown, thank you as well. Please stand. Wait. I want to thank our new Director of Operations, Jim Buffer, whose tireless work ethic, leadership, organizational skills. Jim, thank you. Our past Director of Operations, Brett Bradley, unfortunately couldn't make it today, but he was part of this journey and deserves to be mentioned today. I want to thank our Athletic Director, Brad Bertani. Brad, I'm not sure if you're here, but thanks for all of your leadership. There he is. Thank you, Brad. This kind of transition is significant in the technology realm of things. It might not be something that you initially think of, but the infrastructure, the transition, the setup, the teardown. Chris Dice, our CTO, has just been an inseparable partner and friend through this for me, and I can't thank him for his friendship and his leadership more. So Chris, thanks. I'd be remiss not to mention Chris's partner in crime, Matt Mowry. Matt is as anal retentive and attention to detail and passionate about this project as anybody you'll ever meet, and we're better today because of that. So thank you, Matt. And I know this is a long list, but man, oh man, there's a lot of work that goes into this type of tradition. So I appreciate you allowing me to give these individuals this level of shout out, because I am so indebted to each and every one of them. So past maintainer Dan Ogg, I don't know if Dan's here, but man, did he do a lot. There he is. Man, did he do a lot of work. And a shout out to Jacob Jarovac and Tyler Howard, our current maintainers, who just spend countless hours and extra time, weekends, helping with this transition. I want to thank our Grandview Heights Alumni Association President, Tom Smith, who I know is here today. Tom, thank you for your partnership. And Andy Bauman, Treasurer, thank you. I want to thank all of the Grandview Heights alumni. There is something magical about Grandview Heights, as all of you know. And one of the things that make it so magical is the Alumni Association, the deep, earnest passion, love of this community, and love of this school. And it is that Alumni Association and investment and continued support that just makes this school district, takes it to the next level. I mean, you can just feel it in the hallways. And thanks to all of the alumni associations for your support. I want to thank our neighbors. You know, this kind of project for the last 3 years has been disruptive and will continue to be disruptive, and I'm certain that there are some of our neighbors in here today, and so I appreciate your patience. with us through all of this construction. I would now like to take a moment to thank some of our donors. Due to their incredible generosity, our students, staff, and community will benefit from enhancements to construction that will expand and enrich learning beyond traditional classrooms for years to come. We have such an amazing, and we are so fortunate to have the partnership with the Grandview Heights Marble Cliff Education Foundation. Their generous contribution will provide an outdoor learning space as part of Phase 3 for our site plan. Representing the foundation today, I believe, are Megan Stanley, Josie Hack, and James Hunt. Please stand and be recognized, and thank you for your partnership. So I have to say, I maybe shouldn't, but I'm going to anyway. One of my favorite things about being superintendent is I get to meet some of the amazing alumni that have graduated from Grandview. And one of them I met, I want to say, and I apologize, I was asked to speak at, I think it was the 1959 reunion. On a Saturday morning, it was here in the old library, and of course gladly did it. And they were interested in this project, so I came and I presented on the project. And present that day were Bill and Nancy Boardman, graduates. Bill and Nancy ended up donating and making a huge contribution to an outdoor learning space. It's just east of the high school. And I have to just tell you that it has been humbling to become friends with them and get to know them over the last many years, because they are just such amazing, wonderful people. They are not able to be here, unfortunately, but I was able to give Bill a tour about a month ago, and he was so excited about this project, so I wanted to give a shout out to them. Thomas and Tamia Sutphin and the Sutphin family for their generous, long-time support of our high school and the industrial arts and technology area. Today, we have Julie Sutphin Phelps and her daughter Megan with us. If you would please stand, and I just wanted to thank you for being here so much, and thank you for your years and years and years of support. Fellow alumni friends, and in memory of alumnus Butch Newland. Today we have Mrs. Newland, Linda, with us. And Mrs. Newland, believe it or not, was my 7th grade math teacher at Hastings Middle School. You want to talk about a small world coincidence. So Mrs. Weiss, I know it's Mrs. Newland now, but I remember her as Mrs. Weiss. I know I was your favorite student. I know it. And generous thanks to alumnus Marcia Mock, who now resides in New York, for her continued support of our school district and donating. So now I want to turn the page to our design and construction team of builders and architects. So for the last 3 years, I've had the privilege of working with just an unbelievable team of people. Through many celebrations and through real challenges. Challenges that we faced just 10 days ago. But it is truly a remarkable team of people who genuinely care and are invested in this project. And it is humbling to have had the privilege to work with this amazing team of people. So you become really close with these people, and I gotta be honest with you, it gets emotional. And it's gonna be emotional when this project ends because of my relationship and trust that I've formed with these amazing people. So, I've now worked with many of these folks intensely. Sometimes good, sometimes bad, to be brutally honest with you, for the past many years, and work with them through a lot of challenges and also many celebrations. They've become a team of people who I admire immensely, people I respect immensely, People that I will miss. They become friends. They become colleagues. I would like for Doug Addis, Jay Tadina, Colin Cross, and Chris Tyo to please stand. So those folks have really gone above and beyond as part of this project, and those are the team that, you know, when a pipe bursts about 10 days ago, that, you know, we circled the wagons and we analyzed the problem, and we're here to fix it, and it's all decks on hand, and there's no task too small or too big that we can't accomplish together. And I'm proud to have been a small part of that team. And I'm telling you, these folks are amazing, and I'm very happy to have had the privilege to work with them the last 3 years. I wanted to mention Michael Morgan, Assistant Project Manager, also with the CKE team. Michael, I don't know if you're here. You have equal, just an earnest and genuine respect, hugely critical in the design, in the programming, in the visioning, creating learning spaces for tomorrow, spaces that you'll see when you go on the tour. Two of the finest architects I've ever worked with, Steve Turks and Amy Ekman. I know they're right over here. Thank you for your leadership. I want to thank the Moody Nolan team and their partnership throughout this. You know, that they are tremendous partners, and if you look at this wonderful space that we're sitting in, you know, it's an example of their leadership and their vision. They're a great partnership. So I know Jonathan Moody, the CEO, is present today. He's there in the front row. Jonathan, thank you. Steve Zeranin, project manager. Steve, thank you. Mark Kosman, who's sitting here in the front row with me. He's a great partner in this project. Boots on the ground. Thank you for your partnership and leadership, Mark. Deborah Colasar is the interior designer, and she has really gone above and beyond, in particular in the last many months, coordinating her efforts. And really, you look at the design of this space even. I mean, I have to tell you, I didn't see it, but the interior design of this is spectacular. So thank you, Deborah. Brian Sansbury, project architect with Moody Nolan. Thank you, Brian. Rick Espy. I know Rick is here. Rick is with MKSK, and so he's doing the entire exterior site plan, and he is a wonderful human being, great partner in this prime. Rick, where are you? There he is. Thank you, Rick. I want to thank the court engineering team, Stan Kamunk, Ian, Dan. I think they're present here. Dan, if you guys would please stand. Thank you. I'm closing in on it, folks. Y'all are being very patient, but this is important to me because this has been quite a journey. I want to thank Anthony Freeman, Director of Marketing with Elford. Anthony, thank you for your partnership in this. I know Haley Head thanks you as well. I want to thank Mike Fitzpatrick, the CEO of Elford. Mike and I go back a long way. Mike, I appreciate your partnership and friendship through all of this. I want to thank Jim Smith, Chairman of the Board of Elford. Jim, thanks. Jim, I want to tell a quick story about Jim. So last Thursday, when we get the call about the pipe burst, Jim is here, the Chairman of the Board, mopping floors. This tells you something about the character and integrity of that man. Thank you, Jim. I know Eric Pohl, President of Elford, is here. Thank you, Eric, for your partnership. I want to thank Lori Gillette. She's the CEO of Corna. I believe she's here. Lori, thanks. There she is. Thank you. And Jim LeBron, President of Corna. Jen, thanks for your partnership. I want to thank all the contractors, all the tradesmen, and in particular, I want to give a shout out. Not that, I'm not trying to single anyone out, but Nick, The electrician, and Joe, our floor man. Man, your passion and energy and work ethic are exceptional, and I appreciate you all greatly, but I appreciate all the tradesmen on this project. I want to thank Haley Head, my administrative assistant. I'm not sure if I work for her or she for me, but man, oh man. But for her, this event wouldn't be what it is. She's an amazing person, and I am so blessed and fortunate that you. Thank you, Haley. I want to thank Jennifer Conmas in the back for her partnership as well in all facets of this project and communications. And lastly, but certainly not least, thanks to my family. Today we celebrate our authored construction project mission with this historic project, which is honoring tradition and building excellence. We now get to hear from one of our esteemed board members as well as former levy chairs, Katie Matney. Katie, come on up.
Good morning and welcome to the new Grandview Heights High School auditorium. Isn't she pretty? I want to express, and I know we've done a lot of this expressing of appreciation, but that's what this morning is about, so I'm going to keep the ball rolling. I want to express my sincere appreciation to all of the individuals who have played a role to getting us here today. To the administration, Andy Culp and Beth Collier, for their patience and diligent drive to ensure that this building was on time, on budget, and on quality. To the members of the board and the former board members, Jesse, Melissa, and Stephanie, and those who are not here today, who made sure that those plans kept us moving forward. To everyone who served on a committee or participated in a focus group that led to the design of these buildings. To the community members who voted on the levy to raise the money to build it. To the teachers who spent last week moving their classrooms to the new spaces. And of course, to the students who are going to put this place to work and grow in ways that we only hope that we could imagine that they would. Margaret J. Wheatley said, "There is no power for a change greater than a community discovering what it cares about. And what better example of what Grandview cares about than building these new structures for our students?" I was asked to make remarks this morning from the perspective of a community member. And while I considered what these new buildings mean for Grandview, I reached out to other members of the community, including alums, parents, and students, to gain a more comprehensive community perspective. And their responses were similar. This building is a symbol of our prioritization of the education of our students. We as a community want them to have access to resources that will take them to their next steps in life. Our new and improved high school and middle school make us even more proud to be a Bobcat. These new buildings look alive, bright, and welcoming, and show our respect for the history of our small community while also embracing the future. So as each of you tour the building today and see the new spaces for yourself, I hope you too take pride in these new facilities and are excited about the future as I am. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie, for your kind words and service to our schools. Before my closing remarks and official ribbon cutting, permit me to share a few housekeeping details. First, the old Larson Middle School will unfortunately not be open today for self-guided tours. I apologize for this, but we underestimated the damage, quite frankly, that would be done to the building as a result of the true partnership that is really wonderful with the Grandview Heights Police Department and Fire Department to use our empty building prior to demolition for training purposes, and therefore the building does have some significant damage, so we're worried about safety. Yet we are proud to say that this was a wonderful partnership, and really when you think about safety and drilling and training of this nature, it's been a wonderful opportunity for our police and fire. The new Larson Middle School, however, will be open for a tour, just easily accessed through a hallway. I also wanted to point out that there was water damage in the northwest corner, just through these doors here of the building, due to a pipe bursting when we had that negative 35-degree weather about 10 days ago. As a result, we had to engage in heavy water mitigation. We had to re-drywall, ceiling tile, pull up the floors, and we're now in the process where we've met all of the test regulations for moisture. We've rehung the drywall, painted, put in new ceiling tiles. We're in the final stages of putting in the floor, believe it or not, and I think there's an outside chance that it might even be in by Monday, which speaks to the wonderful team that we have assembled. But you will notice that as you walk around the building, quite frankly. So I just wanted to point that out. There also are some additional punch items. You'll notice that in the stair steps, in particular the covers. We're also missing some furniture, seats, and stuff like that that you might notice if you're really dialed into that kind of thing. We also have student volunteers that will be stationed throughout the high school to help guide you on your tour with some fun facts along the way. They have name tags on, so you'll be able to notice them. And as a token appreciation to all of our staff, students, and community, we've created a commemorative key ring to remind yourself of this special day. So please make sure to grab yourself one if you haven't already on the first floor or the newly renovated high school for your reference. Also, we invite you, if you're willing, to be briefly interviewed and share your thoughts of our newly renovated space. We have hired a videographer to record today's event and capture our community members, students, and board members' perspectives and thoughts. These interviews will take place just outside of the auditorium. It is an honor and privilege to celebrate with you the opening of our comprehensively renovated Grandview Heights High School and the completion of Phase 2 of our facility master plan. Believe it or not, Phase 3 of this project will start immediately. This is the external site plan south of the new Larson Middle School that will include, in partnership with the city, Fairview going through, a turnaround, basketball courts, park, multi-purpose grass field. It will be nice as can be, and we are excited for this final phase. From the very beginning of our facilities master plan process, these 4 words, honoring tradition and building excellence, have guided our vision in planning, building, and renovating our buildings in ways that will maintain the integrity, history, and traditions of our schools for generations to come. In November 1922, residents of the city of Grandview Heights and Village of Marble Cliff decided that it was time to make a significant investment in our schools. The community was growing and residents began to recognize and appreciate the fact that strong schools could positively impact our community. A levy was passed, and Grandview Heights High School, as we still know it today, was constructed in 1923. In November 2018, the residents of Grandview Heights and Marble Cliff once again made an important decision to invest in Grandview Heights schools, this time resulting in a new Larson Middle School, security and safety and ADA upgrades to Stevenson Elementary, and a comprehensively renovated Grandview Heights High School. Thank you to the hundreds of students, staff, alumni, and community members who tirelessly volunteered their time, energy, and expertise to help make this vision a reality. Our new and renovated buildings are now modern 21st century learning spaces that will offer our students and staff safe, efficient, and flexible classrooms complete with state-of-the-art technology and science rooms. Our new and welcoming outdoor learning spaces will enrich and enhance learning, spark creativity, and build community. Our new and renovated buildings are tangible reflections of our community's strong sense of tradition, its continued commitment to educational excellence, and our ongoing mission to maximize and personalize every student's learning. Thank you to each and every one of you for being a partner in the success that we are celebrating today and for sharing in the commitment to ensure that Grandview Heights Schools will continue to be a small place to dream big. Now, I'd like to invite those seated on the stage, as well as our architects and builders, to come up to the stage. You're going to have to walk in the back and circle around up our ramps. You can do that now. And join me on stage to cut the ribbon. Woohoo! Thank you for being part of our celebration of this historic moment of our school district and community, where we are honoring tradition and building excellence. Thank you all for being here today, and thanks to all of you for making Grandview Heights Schools truly a small place to dream big. Have a great day and enjoy your tour. On behalf of the Board of Education, thank you all for being here.